I'm currently in a trade. This is a video about live trades on the 13th of
New candle.
April in 2026. The market is in the Asia session, is kind of like bouncing up and down. I'm tending to trade a range here. I'm in a trade right now.
Order filled.
I add another contract and I plan to go out of that one when the market is up here again. Out of that one contract which I added. I
Order
just go
placed.
into this red area here. This would be about 30-40 ticks. The market goes further south, but I want to go out of those two contracts, and latest when I'm out here, I should go out, I guess, here already, but this one is beyond the volume area, and this was heavy volume which was traded during the Asia session. And my trading idea is that this is going to be the comfort zone for a while, and the market going to come back to into that area. But I don't want to take the risk of the market not jumping here, but rather take it until the end of this high volume area right here. This little valley, I don't want to sit out. There was a high volume, that's a candle, the high volume candle here, where if you zoom closer into it, there's a lot of volume being traded here. That's the volume area of that candle. And yeah, and then the market, I went in the trade up here, and in the let's say assumption that the market gonna bounce back. If it goes back to that area, gonna bounce back here, but it looks like the market feels well outside of that
New candle.
area here, so it might be a typical testing the boundaries kind of market thing. This is the maximum part of the range for me. And let's see if the market finds its way back in terms of volume here. Wasn't much volume down here, so my speculation at the moment is the market wants to find its way back in. If it goes further down here, then I'm not too confident, and probably it is more of a fishing expedition to get those stop losses of the people either down here, hopefully not until this point. So here my indicator here, and that is the trade visualizer. That helps me to see where my entry actually is, how big my stop loss range is, how big my take profit range is. Helps me a bit see. I'm a visual person. That helps me to see my trade within the context of the chart. Plus, if I want to scale in, in that case, now I did a DCA. If I want to scale in, I have a little gadget here, like let's say I see price action is changing and let's say above this high, I want to add additional contracts, then my new average entry level gonna be at this level here where it's yellow, and my new stop loss is gonna be down here. If I scale one more contract up here, that's 58 ticks um, above the current entry, and the average entry, because I'm in there with two contracts right now, the average entry gonna be 19 ticks higher, and the projected stop loss gonna be here at 101 ticks still. So it looks like the market wants to find out if there's more liquidity down here, and there probably is. If I look at all those trades upside here, there probably is some liquidity laying down here. Do I want to be part of the liquidity? No. Let's see what happens. Okay, market finds its way back into the range. You see here the market buy orders are stepping in. The limit sell orders giving enough liquidity for the markets to take it. And you see here a big limit order. Let's hope the market doesn't get too afraid of this one. So you see the markets, even though there are more market sell orders than buy orders, the market sell orders were not able to push the market down, which is a good sign. For sure, there are more sell orders and buy orders here in the market, but what I show here is the delta between the market sell and between the market buy. So if there's zero, it doesn't mean there's no orders, it's just the equalizing each other out. What I'm looking here is if when there is a majority of buyers and the market is moving up, then that's a more of a bullish sign. If the market sellers are pushing down, but the price doesn't move, then it's for sure a bullish sign. So let's see if the market's now it's short before that's liquidity here. Does it want to take it or not? So I'm gonna go and mute and just check it out and let recording stay.
New candle. New candle.
So the market went into the range, and I'm tending to put my overall take profits somewhere
Order
up
cancelled.
here, mainly because I need to go. So I leave it running, and let's see if the market comes back here, down here, then my trade idea is over anyway. So
Order cancelled.
I put my stop loss at the 74 ticks. Take this one out at the moment. No, I don't want to scale in again. So take profit at 24 ticks, stop loss 74 ticks. I still have this sell order here, which I have for one of the two contracts I'm in. I'm currently in there with two contracts. Okay, I'll leave it running, but I'm gonna be away.
New candle.
Order filled.
New candle.
Order filled.
So those trades were closed. Let me check what the result was. So results were for that trade 25 ticks in plus, and in the meanwhile did another trade in between here. The market came back and then I went entered again. My stop loss, my take profit was here. I didn't reach it quite, so on the way down I closed the trade down here, and I'm at the moment not intending to go further because it just goes down with too much volume and testing this area here. So I might want to wait until this area gets wiped out. The liquidity which is down here gets wiped out, gets taken, and then the market might come back. So we are in an interesting part of the market now. It is 6:26 Chicago time, and the market spiked up to the close to the lowest point of the day of yesterday, and it got rejected there to the dots, and now it's pushing down here. Since the old highs here have been in that area, my best guess is I'm gonna wait a little more until the market really hits that low volume area, and if even possible the area down here. It's a lot of where there was like a huge candle here built about 5 o'clock, and my suspicion is that the market wants to go back into that area. The way that indicator here works is that it marks the value area of that candle, so the 70% of that candle, and historically speaking, that is usually an area which gonna get tested again. That's an opportunity to buy cheap, and if those institutional buyers here are still there, then they're gonna try to push that market down with some spikes of market sell orders. Now I need to keep the eyes open what happens here in that market sell place. I'm gonna keep the recording running, and let's see what gonna happen. But that's definitely an area which I'm intending to enter the market if it comes here into that range. But it might as well be that the market gonna be rejected by this low volume area. But it's more likely it's gonna come at least to this area here, where there has been more volume being traded, more interest, where those institutional buyers actually can fill their pockets. But it needs to have a little push to drive the price down. Usually institutional traders, they are not paid by profit, they are paid by creating liquidity. So if you put some pushes down here, then the market gonna follow at some point, and then they see, okay, when did they reach my price level? And my assumption is that this is that green zone here, and then they're gonna jump in once. But if the market decides to let's go deeper, then the institutions will wait until the market stalls a little, and then gonna jump in. Maybe they're gonna jump over this high volume area right into this one here. This is a 200 delta chart. It's my trading chart. Means every bar here has had 200 delta. It's independent of the time. As you can see here with the delta, or that bar here is the delta. So in that candle at the moment, the line in the back, those are the wicks of the candle, and you see there's a negative delta of -40 or something. It will go until -200, and then there's a new candle being built. But at the moment, it's kind of like heavy fights going on around this area here. It's going to be exciting to see what the market comes up with. You might be wondering what this cloud down here is. It's not a Bollinger thing, whatever. This is something I was always interested in to program, and now I'm testing it. That's so for me, I call it CVD divergence. It's the cumulative volume delta divergence. I always felt like, okay, I always need to go down here to that one. I want to bring that information up into the chart. Now, the way I did it is that, look, it's a good example here. The price goes up, but the cumulative volume delta goes actually down. And here, how it's shown here, it's a wider area of the cloud. That means there's a bigger difference. And in that case, if it's big difference below the chart, then it means that CVD currently is running on a lower level than, so it's more market sellers than the charts might indicate. And if it's above that chart, then it is the other way around. So I'm testing it at the moment. I keep it here on the chart. Let's see if that one does anything good during trading. So as mentioned before, there were some pushes from market sellers here, but the market didn't develop its own dynamics. I wonder, and now it's 6:30 in the morning, so I wonder anyway what the Europeans can do in that time. But for me, it looks more like once I see buyers coming in the sense they build a new positive candle, a bullish candle, which means at least 200 delta plus delta, then I'm gonna make a buy. Now you see here 121 minus delta, but the price barely moved. So limit buy orders are holding. Oh, now is the push. Now is not a push. Nice, 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 nice. Let's go further. Let's go further. It's for 200 delta here. Let's see. This 200 delta at 44 ticks. This one is 14 ticks. That means it has been, the market was being held up. Now there's another push coming on here. I'm monitoring that number here. And now the market sellers selling into the bid. The bid here is, that's the limits buy orders. Those are the ones below the current price. Okay, now it reached that green zone. It reached the area where there were a lot of buyers here, which then made the price jump up. So let's see, and here's a big push here of the market sellers. And let's see how the whole picture gonna turn. Still going down, but this candle here is really small. There's a look at the there's no delta. The limit sell orders are building up here compared to the limit buy orders below the price. That usually pulls the price up. That's where the market buyers want to buy into lifting the offer, it's called. And you see here a lot of volume being okay, good. The market finds its own dynamics, pushes further south. I would only buy it once the market goes above that green level here, and definitely not here when it just peaks up to this level here. That's not enough. Not a lot of volume being printed here, but a lot of delta 200. Maybe the market even wants to go back to this level here. Who knows? It's at the lower end of the range, and it's at the bottom here. Got probably some liquidity from down here. Not sure if the market gonna push down here. There must be liquidity here as well, but here for sure as well. All those buyers here, they for sure had market sell orders here. Good opportunity for the institutions to buy cheap at a low price. Market sellers still pushing. I'm gonna mark that green area here separately because it's configured in the way that it's only shown until the price is crossed. And it has an alert. Now the buyers are jumping in, but I want them to lift it up above that level here. And then I would go in. And for sure my stop loss need to go below that, need to stay below that. So buyers are actually in, prices are currently being stalled. Okay, if that one goes above that, that would be awesome. Sellers are coming in, but the price is not really moving down. That is great. Limit sell orders are lifting the offer. That is awesome. If that one closes now at around that 8 range, I would step in. It's quite a big steep pairs. It looks a little bit like an iceberg order up there. That cut is just too steep here. Here. If it can't settle above that one, not good. It's coming to that area. Not high enough for me. I want to be above this green area here and above that one where there were a lot of limit orders. That is a nice area here, a lot of action going on, but not the kind of action I want to see. The sound you hear is from my little green bar in the background. Okay. I wouldn't go into a short here because the market in general is along. A break of structure, I don't see it. So buyers are coming in now again and lifting the price. It was again stalled down here, down in this area. Now it needs to pass that whole area and then they're gonna jump in. And they're gonna wait until the candle is closed or the stop loss is still below here. Now the same area like before, there is limits. Limits are holding the buyers. Lots of green up there. You can never say how much is here being held. I could now speculatively could say, okay, let's go in, but no, I don't want to do that. It's a good sign already that the last push down was not as deep as this one. And now it's coming back. That's already a good sign to the right direction, price action wise. Oh yeah, markets buyers are pushing the price up. It looks like the sellers don't hold the price anymore. Let's see what happens here. And it is possible to push it up and set new highs. And they're gonna go in because the market passed this area. Looks like the limit orders in that area here have been now worked down. So the price pushed finally up there. Still an area to watch here. What happens when the price goes back here? Are they still being held? I will only go until here with my stop loss, as I see at already 86 ticks. It would be 13% of my available capital, so I'm not willing to lose a lot. That's not what I wanted to see. That was another push from the sellers. Let's see if the market buyers can push it above that line. If not, I just need to go out now. It's possible. Okay, very good. Go on, boys. Go on. Keep going. Buyers are jumping in. I'm constantly looking here at the fight between the market buyers and market sellers and what effect the market sell and buy orders have on the price. There's a huge barrier here in that area to come over, and this actually happens to be my green bar here, the high volume bar. It looks like the market wants to go further south, or it just found a new area to range. So the reason I'm staying in the trade here is that the main volume is up here. So there's trading interest up here. This one is a low volume area within that candle. So as long as the trades are above here, within this green zone here, might not see it, then I'm fine. And hopefully the market going to push up here. But at the moment it's 50-50. The market comes into an area now where I don't want it to have. I don't want it to go down here into that slow volume area. I want it to move up, but you know, can't always get what you want. It looks like the market is going south. Yep, and that was my trade. That was minus how many ticks? Let me. So those have been minus 86 ticks for that trade. Looks like the market wants to test the waters further down here. Or it was just another push down to wash out all the people which had their stop loss right here. If the market wants to go further down here, don't know, possible, quite possible. We are now here in an area which was low volume before. Market might get distracted, but might get not enough attention there, not enough markets volume to trades, or it just pushes through here into that high volume area, and then we're going to see what it is at the borders. We take it as it comes. At the moment there is pressure, downwards pressure available. So market finds beauty in trading in the low volume area here and is reaching towards the next high volume area, which has been traded in the Asia session. So let's see what's the market comes up with. I prefer to wait until this level here. This used to be high volume nodes from the Asia session. That's the 70% part here of that node, and it was as well the low of the it was actually not the low of the day. It was, oops, did I not change the color of that one? This is not a daily extreme. Let me change the color of that one here because it is a daily high-end low. But we can easily set it up again. I'm working with ATA6 here, still having some teething issues. Price action wise, it is short, but only trade if it's like somewhere up here or before, I don't know. So I'll switch off the recording and I'm gonna come back once I see another opportunity. Probably after a bounce back here, that's my theory at the moment. If the market goes further down here, then I suspect it will close that gap here from the session in the morning, from the Asia session. And if it bounces back here, puts a different price action layer here, then I would go for a long again. Here, need to see what the American markets is doing if they want to really close that huge gap. The gap now is only half of it what was this morning. Sometimes, yeah, the market has tendencies to close these kind of gaps, but trading based on that hope wouldn't be very wise. So that candle's closed, so it was a good decision not to jump onto the boat here. And you see here the push of market sellers, but they didn't get a price a lot deeper. So there seems to be space here where you can buy relatively cheap as an institutional trader. I would only jump into the trade once this level here is broken and my stop loss is still here. It would be the second entry. I tried the same here, but it didn't work out. The difference between that situation here and this situation here is that on that way down, look at the volume, there was much more volume involved. Now on that way down is not so much volume involved. So if there's volume coming in here, holding the sellers, yeah, they're selling coming in, but it's not really of interest for the market. The buyers are actually really jumping in here, and I jumped in as well, even though it's a bit of chaotic. Let's put my it's really bad. Too much risk. By far too much risk. So I'm gonna put my stop loss down here. Yes, doesn't feel well. Too much risk. 130 ticks. These ones here, they always make me nervous. Those and one price tick, huge jumps, and then market goes back. At the moment, main interest is the bottom here of the candle. The buyers want to lift it up, but it's not really happening. They want more. They want more. Market buyers are lifting the offer. Look here at that volume here, what comes in here. Nice to see. They push it up, they push it up. Nice to see. Keep pushing, guys, keep pushing. So I'll definitely let my stop loss be down here. And keep pushing, guys. Yep. Yep. That is according to my taste. And there's a constant supply here, so you get the number of market buyers constantly push. I'm not so much here with my eyes, I'm more here and on those two and those four legs here of the market footprint. And what is the effect of markets buying or selling on the price? So now the market sellers are coming in, the price was retracting, but you see here, market buyers, no. But here sellers are coming in, but the price doesn't really flinch, which is great. Now it's getting lower. So I keep it running, do some breathing. Can't change it anyway. I could go out now, but nope. If I look at the conditions here, that was a high volume zone. and the market could go further up back here again, or just consolidating here between those, jumping back and forth between those. We will see. I could put my stop loss now below here, but that would be additional 68 ticks. I'm already 130 ticks in the stop loss. Far too big for my account size. Far too big. Buyers are pushing or lifting the offer. That's great. Let me go on mute and I'll have a tea and then coming back. So I'll change to a different view here. This is the view from the 900 tick chart. And take that one out. You see here, price action wise, okie dokie, here we have been strongly short, and now it changed here, and here it's a big fight going on. The candles are colored according to their delta, so there has been a lot of selling, market selling going on. Now the market buyers are jumping. Let's see if they can push the markets through this area here. My eyes are here. Okay, now they're kind of above that. So there's usually an iceberg order here. That's one of these biggies which I don't like. But it would be great if the price doesn't retrace too much back. That would be awesome and helpful. Let's look at it in the 200 delta chart. Let's see if the market will come up here. Lots of those buyers up here, they have been stopped by, let's say, limit orders. And that's what usually happens at borders of these ranges here, if the market doesn't want them to move on, if there's enough interest within the range. But it's a good sign as well. It's always both sides, right? It means there's a lot of interest to push the price higher. But looks like there's a lot of interest in selling. There's a lot of selling interest, which means some consider that price already as being high enough. One of those moments where I think, shall I better take the profit, or because we are now 54 ticks in profit, I don't want to be in a loser again. And I'm 70 something ticks behind for the day. Let me check that one real quick. Yeah, I'm minus 73 ticks. So I could use every tick. And on the other hand, I've seen so often in the past, my past trades, that trades had the potential, but they jumped out too fast. And then they went for hundreds of ticks. And if I would do a break even now, then the market would go down here. This kind of candle, I don't like that one. I don't like that. It's too much volume, too much interest in that zone here. And if the market is now going up and down in that range here, what I'm gonna do at least, tending to do break even, like 1 or 2 ticks. So at least I don't go into too much minus. You see here the price is fighting in that, well, not really fighting, those are just interest, is an area of interest where there's just contract being changed between buyers and sellers. That's Nothing unusual. That's what the market does. So since the market is already going on here back and forth, I put a break even here. So I let the market do what the market does. I go break even, and then at least I don't lose anything. So it looks like the market wants to go higher. Now it's important what happens now. Does the market go out with volume, or does the market go back? Because here, if it's might want to go into that range again, because trading was just fun there. So if there's no volume coming in here like this one, there's a higher likelihood of the market staying inside, but you never know. And on the other hand, if there's not much volume needed to move it out, then there's much more potential. Now is one of those moments where I think, okay, now I'm technically like here, 20 ticks in plus for the day. I've got 70 something ticks in minus for the whole day so far. And there is a certain likelihood that the market will not go much further outside of this volume area here, this whole area of 300 ticks. It's 7:30 now, 1 hour before the opening. Not sure if big moves are gonna happen, but it would be interesting to see what happens when the market comes back to this area here. Does it go back up or does it stay inside? I'm secured here, 1 tick plus. I would keep it in for the moment. Sellers are coming in. Pushing the price back into the range. Since the whole volume profile here looks the same, I would rather go with my take profits towards that area here. And what usually happens when I lift my take profit and it markets retraces. Not surprising. So is that normal price action activity now, a little retracement and then back up? Or does the market feel well within that range? That's the big question now. Let's get a little bit of that's this hot range here where the market liked to trade so far. Let me take that one out of the way. And the CVD divergence. Looks like they're coming together now if I look at this cloud here. But let me take that one here away as well. Let's see the real deal going on from a bit of a distance. Looks like it was a price action thing here, a little retracement and now back up. I'll always like seeing this one, the market buy orders here, pushing into the limit orders, lifting the offer and going up. I always like seeing that one. Technically, I could now put my stop loss actually here beyond that one. That would give me 50 ticks. Let me see what happens next. Especially when the market comes into this low area, low volume area here. Let's see what the market wants to do. I'll put it at least here underneath that one. And the market pushes back, pushes in. Not too much volume though, yet. It's getting stopped in here. Now it's need to change from the sellers to the buyers. And the buyers need to have enough power to push that price up. Sellers have been stopped for the moment here at the very end. The limit buy orders, they want to have the price lower. They want it lower. They say here, get me, get me. I want to buy here. They want to have the price lower. So I'm now 150 ticks in front, coming up to an area which was highly fighted for before. That little candle here was a lot, so I'm gonna adapt my stop loss here to that area. Have 45 ticks plus already secured. I'm gonna watch now what happens in this area, because if I'll just look before, when the price came down here, then there were those high volume nodes here. The high volume was traded there. So it looks at the moment good that the market doesn't want to go back in all that range anymore, but we are not sure. The market went up, straight up through it. I hope it doesn't feel too well now there. This little area here. Oops, let's see. That coincides with this range, right? Because that one is the area which is now most traded in. A good sign on one hand, because it means there's interest, volume moves up. But it could be a rejection area as well. And it is one of my areas here, right? Yeah, let me check where that one was coming from. I could have said this is my target, and now let's go out of that trade. I hope it's not greed talking now that I want to have more. This one was the area which actually was support area here, so it is a certain likelihood, because that was a that is an area where we might not see a lot. Here, this one worries me. This support might be well resistance now. But we are 48 ticks in the plus, so I'll take it as it comes. One of these moments you think, okay, 125 ticks and I'm at minus 72 ticks, so it would be about plus 50 ticks already. In the micro, it's only $50, and mini, it would be $500. I would be happy with that one as a daily result, but you know, I want to train myself patience as well, and this one looks actually like its price action is on my side. This area, okay, the pork of the day is here, so the price has a tendency to go back there, but I'm 45 ticks in the plus already. I think it's not greed kicking in here. I think it has a realistic chance to go to touch that place here again, especially considering that we still have a gap of 700 ticks to close. It's a very active management of the trade here. I'm sitting here on fire. Probably I should better step away from the table and trust that it's gonna work out. Price is now being pushed up. What I want to see now is here more limit sell orders up here. Currently there are more limit orders below the price, which like to buy it lower to a better price. This would be a typical area where other people would scale in. I could do that. Could say, okay, let me let me scale in here. Then my new average price would be here, still below that candle. With a little bit of room, I would be with 2 contracts here. Would maybe not have been a too bad idea. Market is still pushing up. As long as here they're pushing market buyers and limit sell orders. That's a picture which I like to see in a bullish direction. Don't like to see that one here. Market sell orders, they're pushing the price down. And they're successful with it. This one here, I don't want to see. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna lift my stop loss underneath this one here. So I'm with 101 ticks in the plus, so I'm considering 72 ticks in minus for the day. So even though if the market is closing now, I would still be in plus with 30 ticks for the day. So just coming back to my desk, and what do I see? I'm 200 ticks in the plus. That doesn't look too bad, isn't it? Now we have here big volume being traded, especially here, but the market makes some nice jumps with not a lot of volume as I see here. So there are not a lot of sellers up there. Market is making its move. Are those buyers here enough to push it up? A lot of volume here traded and the low volume area here. Are the buyers strong enough, or shall I go out? Buyers are coming in. Good, good, good. They try to lift the offer. Tempted to go out. Tempted, very tempted. Yep, I'm gonna go out of that trade. That was enough nerve-wracking for me here. There's a lot of volume here, that's for sure, but there was a lot of here. There is something going on here and it's stagnating. And I'm just not feeling too well with that stagnation over there. A good chance that the market gonna go back. So that was it. Let me check the trade and the statistics of the day. This one trade was 267 ticks, and overall in the day we are in front of 194 ticks. I would say not too bad. I'm even considering finishing my trading day already and focusing more on some more practice sessions. But let's see, I keep monitoring the markets, but at the same time, I gotta be very, very conscious. It's now 7:50, it's Chicago time. Exciting times ahead anyway. So I'm gonna pause the recording now, and once I see something nice, I'm gonna switch on again.